Oh, damn, we look good.
Don't make me look at that camera, bro. I thought we said we wasn't doing that. You almost got me. You almost got me. I almost
Go ahead,
looked.
take a look. Take a look.
All right, that's good enough.
Yeah, we look good. There we go. There we go. Yo, welcome to another beautiful episode of the Made Revenue on Air podcast. Here with a special guest of mine. Special guest, special brother, one of a kind brother. You know what I'm saying? Brother from the Himalayas. You know? Young Preach, man. Young Preach is in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't want to give your government. You know, I'm gonna let you go ahead and say who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Now. You can go say anything in the AI.
Go ahead. All right, so we're here with Young Preach this morning, man. Such a phenomenal guy. We met along the way, and hey, God made no mistakes. I love to say that because I felt like it was fate.
Oh, it was definitely fate. It can't get no closer to fate.
Right. So Young Preach, you know, some of the world know you, but for the people out there who don't know you, go ahead and let the people know exactly who you are and what you do.
Young Preach. Manifesto, they're making me add that case of copyright coming on. So Young Preach Manifesto.
Okay.
Cleveland, Ohio zone. 1986 born. Been all through everywhere. World championship boxer, world championship vacuum salesman, on my own business, doing that.
Okay.
Now working production assistant, been on sets with Halle Berry, Terry Crews, JB Smooth, you name it. I've been all around. And now just actually pushing a full career push with the music. Okay. Definitely that's what you're gonna know me for right now. Also stand-up comedian.
Okay, got you. You know what?
Acting.
Yeah, right. Because that's where we met. We met on the acting scene. You know, wow, sounds amazing, sounds great. You got a lot, you know, that you've accomplished, and you came a long way. So tell us a little bit about that. But before you tell us a little bit about the people that you met along the way, the things that you've done, tell us a little bit about Young Preach and how the Young Preach became, came to be.
So essentially with the music, I started in high school. It was about 12th grade. I was always interested in doing music, but I never sang as good as I wanted to sing. I wasn't I could hear myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you sing in the choir? Or?
I was in the choir, so I did make the choir. I was in the Cleveland Boys Choir. Shout out to them, world class choir. They actually work with the Harlem Boys Choir, which is the most known choir coming out of little youth groups.
Okay, not the Harlem Globetrotters.
No, but that would be the Harlem Globetrotters of kids choirs in African American communities or in elementary school communities.
Okay.
I actually sang for the Cleveland Cavaliers 3 times. Cleveland Crunch when they had a soccer team. Cleveland Lumberjacks. And we did a lot of trips. So I did make the choir, so I did know I could hold a note. But as far as singing the way that I felt you should sing in order to be a high quality singer, no.
Got you.
And so I was always told by people growing up, always from a young age, that something I said to them inspired them or make them feel better or was funny.
Okay.
So as I got older and I wanted to be involved with music, because I had met a friend, shout out to Scott Carney, who was making beats. And I was like, man, I think I want to do some rap, man. His beats is hard. And at this point, Kanye West was booming. I was a big Kanye fan at that time. I was a Jay-Z fan. Sorry, he's going through a lot right now. Let's Lord pray for him instead of kicking him down.
For sure.
It was a big deal with me to make an influence on the world. So I was like, man, if I could write raps the way people say that I talk to them, I'd be influential.
True.
And so I had a friend that actually passed away. I won't say his name right now. Maybe his family's not comfortable with it. But through his passing was the first time I actually sat down and wrote a song. And actually made the original beat because my friend that I told you about actually showed me how to use the program. And I was in class sitting. It was a summer school class, so we were allowed to use our headphones while we worked. And I was playing the song, listening to it, and there was a girl sitting next to me who happened to be friends with the same person.
Wow.
She said, "What are you listening to?" And I said, "It's a song I made for our friend." She said, "Oh, let me hear that." So I let her hear it. I give her the earphones, and I went back to working on the stuff. And I don't hear much audible voices. You know what I mean? A lot of people say they heard God talk to him and they said he was just like, yo, walk this way today, Kenny, and turn that way. That's more of a feeling. You know what I mean? But as far as hearing the voice, this is one of the few times where I heard a voice. Something said, look up. And I looked up and she was crying.
Oh, wow.
And when I saw that she was crying, I knew that the music had moved her. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? This is something that I want to do. So I went home that week or day, you know, because I wouldn't have everything measured up. And I got on the bed and I said, man, okay, I want to rap. And I actually talked to God. And I don't remember much talking to God other than prayer. But I was like, you know, what name would I use? And I was, kind of meditating to myself too at the same time. And I heard preach. I was like, oh, that works. And I was like, well, what else? That kind of sounds plain. And all I heard next was young.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep that. And I was like, young preach. And I used to get made fun of from time to time for using that name because,
Why? Why would people make fun of that?
One,
it seems very catchy and really creative.
There was a movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central, while you drink. We're that type of guy, right?
Yeah.
And then me being the type of person to how I speak, I do give off those type of vibes.
Yeah,
like
preacher vibes.
Yeah, the preacher, like the eat the bean pie, not my brother. Like, so they would. And also I think a big deal was that I had that type of name, but I was cussing in my rap still.
Oh, okay,
still
right.
But after I would get done rapping, they'd be like, "Yo, preach, go hard."
and that's the thing too, because young preach, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be preaching the word of God.
It does not.
You're just preaching to the.
It does
to the
not. If you look up the definition, I think it's the fourth definition of it. It actually just means like affirmation, like you're in agreement with something.
Yeah.
So like that's where I actually was using when I heard it, because I would say things and people would say preach. Even though that wasn't my name, I would hear people saying that all the time. So I was like, yo,
manifested in
manifest. And then the manifesto actually comes from me adding that on there because I always liked aliases. So I'm on a mission.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
okay. Wow. Okay. Well, there I have it. If you didn't know who Young Preach was, a great backstory that he just told us, and then you said that was in high school, or
that was in high school.
So you had this name for a while now.
Yeah, I've had this name for a while now, and
so you're the original Young.
Yeah, I'm
Preach
the original. Like the other couple people I looked around, the other artist that's kind of going at their name, he's actually from over towards my wife's area. He's from Baker, California. But his music's pretty good.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Well, get your legalities up. No, man, like I don't really look at it in competition in this field, but I do look at it as what can I call it? Because it does feel like competition, but not really when you're talking about God.
Yeah, of course.
He's a motivator.
Motivate. Okay.
Motivation.
No, of course. That's important what you said too. It's not a competition when you're talking about God. It's just everybody's getting your message out there, and
now
it's gonna touch
quality is a competition.
Yeah, right.
I don't care what you say. Like God likes quality. He picked Moses. When he picked Moses, Moses said, "I can't talk." He said, "I'm gonna send you Aaron, but you still the quality that I want. You can't just say because I like God, I should rap about God.
Right.
Maybe sometimes you should just rap alone." Not make it recorded and just stay to yourself about it, because if you're not experiencing your talent, it's not the field you're supposed to be in. You should just put God's stamp on it.
Yeah, not for sure, because
not everybody's a minister.
And that's true, because when you think about the great people that we do listen to that do preach to us about with the word and everything, it really hits us with greatness.
They're chosen.
It's not mediocre. We're not like, what the heck is he talking about? Like, I'm not feeling this at all.
Not at all.
So what you said is 100% correct. So that's really great, man. That's really great. Yeah. So now you're on this journey. You found the path of rap and everything like that, and then you picked that up, right? So where along did everything else come in? Did anything else manifest its way? Like when it comes to acting, your creativity, everything else that you brought along the way.
So my whole life I was a TV head.
Yeah.
my mom let me stay in front of the TV probably too long.
A little too long. Yeah.
Like I know she let me stay in front of it. Like right now as I'm talking to you, there's 82 cartoons running through, different voices. That's how, so like
What's your favorite one?
Cartoon? I was my favorite cartoon from back in the day, man. I still watch Rugrats, man.
I love Rugrats.
Like I sit there with my son and we'll watch Rugrats, and I'm still. It's hard to find something where I'm like, oh, this is sacrilege.
Yeah.
There's a couple cartoons now. Like I used to watch Ren and Stimpy, and I went back and watched it. I was like, this is what my mom used to say. What are you watching, Kenny? You are off.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking now, like, why would you let me watch that?
No, but those are the classics, though. Tom and Jerry, Rugrats, even
Tom and Jerry, violent though.
See, nowadays, like the cartoons are so, but it wasn't. I feel like back then it was so creative, like we didn't look at it like it was just it was manipulating our mind, but it
did. Like you realize after watching Tom and Jerry how many people probably started fighting. Like, we gonna bop him over the head with a pillow. And the next thing you know, why did they have a hammer?
But we didn't know, right?
Did not know.
Oh man, that is funny. That is funny. Yeah. But yeah, not to cut you off. I know you were talking about how it started and everything for you with the acting and
I'm from Cleveland, man. We don't do. We was talking about that yesterday with a lady from Cleveland at work. Like, we don't do the cutoff thing. I've never heard nobody in Cleveland say you cut me off. At worst, what we'll do is we'll kind of fight for position. Like, you go, and then when you done, I'm going. We'll
but you already got it.
Yeah. I always say, if you know what you gonna say, you ain't gonna forget it. Somebody stopping you, you didn't really know what you wanted to say.
Got you 100%.
Yeah, but as far as like the acting stuff, I didn't even know that was gonna be acting that day I showed up with you, bro. That's kind of a funny story. Okay. So I thought it was PA work. I thought it was PA work, bro.
Wait, why did you think that?
Because that's what I do. I'm a PA.
Yeah.
So I was looking for work. I was on the internet doing all these different sites, and then I had people telling me, "No, hit this." So when I saw it, I finally got some work. They wanted me to come down. I thought it was PA.
Come to the office. Yeah. So what was you prepared to do that day?
I was prepared to get you some juice. Get the director his chair. And whatever else they directed me around to do. And I came in there and they was like, here's a script. So, like, if you read in the comments when I was talking about the lady here, because she roasted me in the place. You seen her. Like, she told everybody, I look like the Old Spice guy, right? And we just met within 5 seconds.
Hold on, the Old Spice guy. Hold on, let's bring that up for a second. So
I think she said Old Spice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
What was his name? The Old Spice guy?
So I thought she was talking about Dion Cole.
Dion, I think
but
she was.
Apparently my wife said I told you look like the Old Spice guy too, and this would be the black dude that played the father in Love and Basketball.
Let me see.
That played Mike, the other Epps, the original Epps. Omar Epps, I think is his name. Omar Epps' dad in that movie Love and Basketball.
Wait, is it him?
So that's who I think that's who I think she was talking about. But I thought she was talking about Dion Cole. No offense to Dion Cole, but that was a super roast.
Wait, but this is the guy.
That's probably what she was talking about. This guy right here.
Wait, where did he go? I thought it was that. That's
who I thought she was talking about. Look, quick. Look, that's who I thought she was. So I kept on saying, like, why you trying to roast? She was like, what's wrong with Dion Cole? I was like, I don't got no problem with Dion Cole, but like don't nobody want to be called. That's not funny. The symbol of I look good out there.
But
like,
she was really talking about.
It could be either or. Either way, it was a roast for me. Neither one of them. When my wife used to say this to me, I used to be like, okay, this is what we doing. We roasting right now.
But she was really talking about this.
It could be either or. They dang near look the same. They look like brothers.
Oh man, look, this computer tripping. Anyways,
ain't nobody worried about it.
I'm gonna bring that up. For
I told her I was gonna get her back. Y'all was
that was funny though. I'm gonna bring that up for y'all on the screen. But that was funny. Yeah. But man, that segment was crazy.
So I thought I was gonna be bringing y'all juice.
When I tell you, y'all had me dying in the back. Tears are coming out my eyes. I'm like, this cannot be real.
They cut me completely out from what you did. Yeah, because I told you, bro. I didn't. That's the first time I've laughed that hard. Like, I was like, whoop, and I was like, probably the Friday after next movie was the last time I laughed this hard, bro. I didn't breathe. I ain't had no eyes. Bro, I was like, bro, when I left out, my eyes were so glassy. I was like, I'm glad they didn't put me on camera. They're going to think I was smoking still. God didn't heal me from this. But you had me laughing so hard, I needed some Visine, bro.
Yeah. I feel like that's how I walked in there. I was so freaking tired. They probably thought I was high. I'm like, I don't know.
So she started it with that. And then because I thought it was just PA work, I ain't really put no work into the afro. Like you see on the screen, the afro on point. I thought
it was great.
Bro.
It was
so great. I'm reading the comments, though. They was like, her hair. How you going to talk about her hair? Look at his hair. And I was like, I wish I was mad enough to actually comment in these comments on you, because I probably actually. These people was not happy about some of the stuff I said.
They were not happy about a lot of stuff. They wasn't happy about our segment. But you know what I noticed?
What was that?
A lot of them thought it was a real court.
I mean, we did a good job.
You know. So they were so mad when they're like, wait, this isn't real. And they were like, oh, I seen that girl in another episode where she played
I saw that.
Bad acting, horrible. I'm like, literally, I know. We got there, showed up, the script was like
4 sentences? Yeah, 5 sentences.
And we just went off, you know. So
that's great acting.
That's great acting, right?
Especially yours, bro. As soon as you started wobbling, bro, we didn't make it to you getting started. We was already in the back. I turned right here. I said, no, he's not gonna do this. And I looked back forward. You still doing it. I turned back this way again. If you watch the screen, they kept me out the whole time, bro. Because I was like, crop that. I was doing this. I was looking at them in the back, like, y'all don't see this. He said, I don't see nothing, Judge.
Oh
you have great acting skills, bro.
I appreciate it.
So that's how I got that.
First time I actually did improv too, you know. But that was great, man. I think your energy really fed me that day, you know. So I was like, oh, this is cool.
Well, I'm about to kill it. That's what we do. So.
And then I know they told us they wanted it to be more like appealing to like the Medea crowd. You get me?
They kept saying that, and that was my problem. I was like, who's this dude trying to turn us into? And then I got compared to it, so I was like, dang. They was like I was mocking Jesus in the comments. I was like, I wasn't trying. My heart got broke. It's okay.
I know.
It's okay.
But like, it's cool. Like, what people don't understand is like when you're an actor, like it's not mocking Jesus. It's just like you're in character. You know what I'm saying? It's
they
not
said
like
mocking the church. Let's be honest.
Yeah, mocking the church.
And I can see how they could say it. I just didn't expect it.
But that's because so many of them really believe that this stuff was a real. You know, they're going on there for the like.
They don't want to be honest.
With
that's how people act in church. They got somebody right now that go to church. I can think of them in my head
just like and that,
just like that. Act up in church, and they still feel like they don't have to change nothing because Jesus accepts them as it is. So if you notice a lot of my lines, I still thank God. Like they wrote me a script that was wrote for me, and they had never met me. It said a rapper. How did y'all know I was a rapper before I got there? They said they think he a deadbeat. I done been in a relationship with somebody. I was prepared to do some crying acting. I was like, they got me a script. I'm about to tell them I missed my babies and drop tears. They said it's got to be comedy. So I was like, I'm a roast. I'm like, I'm roasting.
Right. And it was perfect, man. It was perfect. A lot of the audience, obviously, like, you know, oh, you disrespect. No, it wasn't no disrespect. Like you just said, that was a great point that you said too. That was a great point that you said, though. A lot of them disrespect themselves. There's a lot of people that go to church every Sunday but sin every Saturday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not us making a mockery of the church. I feel like some of it was reality.
It was all reality to me. It was one joke, and I told my mom, you know what I mean? I didn't have to make the manhood joke. The manhood joke, I was like, okay, you didn't touch the line, but like,
wait, what was it?
I'm not tell me, go watch it. Paternity court.
We don't want to hear it. I want to hear the joke. I must have missed it, but I'm gonna remember it right now when you say it.
Well, I'm gonna apologize for it and still tell it again.
But it's okay because you know some of us missed it.
She going home with me, and you know why. And then I went.
You wrong.
No, that's not healthy. But I'm not about to be the person that's about to pretend like I'm perfect, so y'all can come tear me down because I put up the perfect persona. I'm fresh out of fresh out of was going to the wrong place. That's what I'm gonna say.
I've
been baptized for 12 years.
I don't care what nobody say. God made us perfectly how we are, and I say that because He didn't make us. None of us perfect. Not one of us in this God-given earth is perfect right now. So I don't care what nobody say. God made us human beings, every single one of us, perfectly as we are. Why? Because He gave us the choice to do good. He gave us the choice to do wrong. He gave us the choice to change life. He gave us the choice to destroy life. Straight up. And I feel like if you can take that thought right there, and say, today I'm going to go out and change somebody's life for the best, I feel like that's all that God. You know,
I could agree with that.
See 100%. You don't have. I personally feel like you don't have to go to church every day for God to accept you. You could go to church every day, and deep in your heart, you're an evil person, and you think so bad about so many people. That right there cannot get you into heaven.
That's the truth.
You get what I'm saying?
That is the truth.
So. A lot of the times, man, I just feel like it's a manipulation scheme that people want you to act a certain way, be a certain way. You have to keep this image up while they're so imperfect in their own ways, just by telling somebody you got to be perfect is you being imperfect. Yep. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah. So 100%, man. Yeah. But I'm kind of glad you brought that up. You know, so
that's why I brought this. You thought I was bringing it.
Lord, what is this?
This is my empty book where I write down notes. And I knew you was gonna say something that the good Lord was gonna want me to keep. Yeah. So I brought this so I could write this.
Well, you know what? Turn that into a song too. You know, what I'm saying?
I'm not perfect. It's gonna be the title.
You gotta put me in the credits.
Oh yeah, I got you, bro. That's too easy.
Man, but you know what, man? Great energy, great vibes for those of you who are damn, my accent be coming out. You know, shout out to my hometown, by the way, Belize. You know, so can't wait to be able to go back there. You know, take something like this to back home, you know.
Amen.
So so I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for coming by once again, Young Preach. Great laughs at you, great energy. So you brought your book. We know that you bought that for your notes. What is that over there?
This is a gift for you.
That's a gift for me?
Yeah, it's a gift for you, man.
That's a gift for me.
It's a gift and a joke all wrapped in one.
Oh, damn.
I'm not perfect.
Do I want it now?
Yeah, you do, bro. That's for you, bro. And everybody that comes on the show needs to bring a gift now. We need to make sure that this is what y'all doing.
So if you're gonna come on here from now on, I'm gonna
bring the host a gift. I don't care if it's your lucky penny.
Do I get to keep the box?
No, that's part of the joke right there. You ruining my jokes. What does the box say on it though?
Show them what the box say. Bing.
But I got on the Versace, so he's not getting the Versace.
Oh, so he took it out before he...
Yeah, but look what I got. You want to open it?
Yeah.
It ain't going to be no giggles.
Okay. Ah.
Bam. See that?
Snaps. Okay. This
now that's for you for definitely to keep.
Wait, do I pull it? Why you backing up? You over there?
I'm trying to just show you that you got one of these now. You can get Flossie out there.
Okay.
I got to make sure I burn that string off.
Burn the string off? Okay.
And then bam, we open. Bam. That is you.
You lying.
Yes, sir.
You lying.
That's straight up you.
Oh, my God. Y'all, look at this. This me.
And I don't need that back.
You don't need this back?
No, that's all you, bro.
Don't be lying to me, man.
No, that's all you. I do need the box up because my daddy gave me the box. My daddy gave me that watch.
Young
you can keep the bag. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Oh man, I don't know what to say, man. I can keep the bag though.
Your show should be like, man. People should bring gifts to each other. They
oh
should
my
be
God.
Showing brotherhood.
Say, man. Pure love, man. I appreciate it, man. Ain't nobody ever done nothing like this for me before.
Yes, sir.
You know, it makes me wanna cry right now, man.
Oh, man.
You
Don't
know,
do that.
no, for real though, I really appreciate it, man. Yeah. I'm so grateful, man.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna put this right here. I'm never gonna forget this episode. I'm never gonna forget this day.
Awesome.
I appreciate you to the fullest, man. I know you want your box back.
I gotta keep this, bro, because I don't keep all with nothing. The only reason
I can keep all that right there.
Yeah,
right?
you keep all that. That's all you, bro.
Oh man,
that's all you.
Wait. So where's the joke, man?
That was it. The fact that I gotta take the box back is a joke.
Can I put this on now?
Oh yeah, do your thing, man.
Oh my God, you preach, man.
Yeah, that was it.
I appreciate
that
you,
was
man.
The joke.
He's
like, "Where's the joke,
man?"
That's ghetto to bring the box back, bro. But I'm from Cleveland. We need to rewrap this again next year.
Oh my God, y'all look at that, man. You know what? Flawless victory.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know I don't know what to say, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm so grateful. You know,
no worries.
Blessings to you, man.
Yeah, always.
To God be the glory. You know,
yeah, God be.
Wow, you know, such a man of honor, such a humble guy, and such a great character. You know, this is it, man, guys. You want to like bring yourself around more positivity like this. You know, great energy like this. You know, great vibes. Like I said, just glad we met along the way. You know, it's so funny because Donald Brown Jr., shout out to him.
TV.
He was on the episode, you know, a while back, and he mentioned if you want to tell the world who you are.
Kenneth James Porter II. He called me Kenny Porter Jr.
Kenny Porter.
My dad would be mad today. I'm not Junior. I'm the second. My dad said that so many times. Right. I must have stuck in my head because I don't let nobody call me Junior. But
yeah.
is my he be like my junior, like that's my guy, like
okay.
And we didn't know when I went there. Like I said, I thought I was gonna be a PA that day, and I ended up doing acting, and then we ended up exchanging numbers, and then next thing I know, you like, oh, you know my people. I'm like, I'm not surprised, but I never thought it'd
No, for sure, because when I followed you on Instagram, I seen our mutual friend, and it said Donald, and I was like, wait, Kenny, Kenny, oh snaps, Kenny, and then we spoke, and then obviously he spoke about Shawn Porter, and so Shawn Porter and you,
my little brother. Shout out to the Shawn Porter Way podcast,
right? Yeah. So that's amazing, man. You know, I just feel like everything is fate. You know, how do I meet Donald, have him on the podcast? He spoke of Kenny, and me meeting Kenny, not knowing Kenny, you know, on an acting gig, and then I'm like, when I seen the mutual followers, I'm like, Kenny Porter, you know, from the podcast, you know, episode. So this is great, man. I'm loving it. Once again, thank you so much. You know, I'm so grateful, Kenny. So, you know, now we're along the way. I want you to tell us a little bit about what you were talking about earlier, like these people that you met along the way. How have your career been so far? How's it going for you? And how are you feeling right now in the position that you're in?
So with anything I've done, whether that be boxing, being involved with vacuum seals or home maintenance machines, as we say inside of that business. Shout out to Kirby. That's my best machine you ever have in your life. Yeah. Best investment you could ever make. All the way down to now being a production assistant. Everything has always been a building process. So when I was boxing, I was getting my butt whooped. I started really, I mean, I won my first championship, my fourth match, but that was not, I remember my first record was like 7-7. My next record could have been like 13-28.
You was a bad boy out there.
No, I was getting whooped on. To me, to have an even look, bro. My brother was undefeated. I probably his like first 7 to 10 matches. Shawn? Shawn. He won like 3 nationals before I even got to a national championship, I believe. I mean, he always was, but he had a different fighting style than me. Mine's takes development, his takes street fighting skills, meeting boxing. So if I would, like my first nationals that I won, my dad wasn't even in my corner. He actually was mad at the way that I was boxing, but I had made up in my mind, I see what these guys are out here doing. They're not moving around throwing jabs and floating like Ali. They going out like the little rascals doing 1, 2. And I told myself, I said, I bet you ain't none of these cats gonna last longer than me throwing this. I won't get tired because my father would say, well, how we on, we run all day, all night. And I knew so I went out there and Renard Sappho worked my corner, I believe, that time. Shout out to Renard Sappho, great guy. And I took 4 matches in a one and won the Junior Olympic Nationals. My dad was mad. Like, you didn't win?
You didn't win.
And I was like, yeah, I won. I got the medal. I got the Nationals and everything. Like, and so I developed from that, learning that I do sometimes need to take advantage of my own career. And so with winning the Worlds from that kind of inspired me to feel like I could do anything I wanted. I never liked boxing, never wanted to be a part of it. It was a family thing. And, you know, at those times, you do what your family say. So I hit the streets for a while. Wasn't living a good lifestyle. And I ended up in Colorado after that. And after that, I was doing the vacuum thing. And I became world class in that, owning my own factory distributorship. Moved on from that.
Right. Yeah, because what made you like give up on or not give up on boxing, but what made you go from the boxing to like you hit the streets, you said, like, and start?
Me and my dad's relationship was never good with boxing. And honesty is a part of my life, and that's how he raised me. And I don't think that that's what God had fit for me, but I do believe that he 100% had my dad train me, had me go through the things that I went through with my father, with boxing, to train me for fighting the spiritual realm. Because 100%. As I looked, I do feel like if I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't be sitting here by you. 100%. There was no quit in me.
100%, man. And I say that all the time. And I do want you to continue real fast. I had a guest a couple weeks ago or a week ago who came on here. He was someone I was raised with when I started music at 16, 17 years old, and he actually came out here from California. He was a part of the podcast. I'm like, man, little do people know our history that we have with each other. It go way so far back, but you know, we just linked up like after all these years, and like if we never met back then, this would have never happened, you know, today. So Kenny, man. All right, you guys, you know, we had to take a little break.
Yes, sir.
But just left off where we left off at.
Let me get back to it.
Yeah.
So with the Kirby thing, that was like, so it was like the boxing built me to be resilient. The Kirby thing taught me how to learn how to really talk to people. Like I've actually heard too that people were using door-to-door sales to learn comedy. I've always wanted to be involved with comedy. Yeah, so I actually built a whole demonstration that was built around comedy. That's how my thing was. Yeah, so I tried out all my jokes.
If you make them feel good at the door, then they'll feel more comfortable open their door to you.
Yeah. There's a dude named Kenny on the internet. I don't know his last name. Shout out to him. He does a lot of joking and stuff, but I built my whole stuff around that, but that got me no longer having any stage fright. So by the time I got out to here, and my wife, Anna Porter now, she invited me into production. That became something that kind of came easy to me because I had already had the people skills, I had already had the resilience, and I had already been built through so much fire to be able to do this thing. So the career now is still at a growing process.
Got you.
So it's like my boxing career, I told you I started in the amateurs. I was getting thracks on, but I ended up leaving the game with 7 nationals and a world championship and voted most outstanding boxer by the Olympic Committee.
Oh, wow.
When I first started Kirby, I wasn't getting paid right away. My checks was not crap. I was always getting.
So that crafted you for
to don't quit.
Right.
To don't quit. So when I got
because it was never boxing for you. It was the other path.
It was the other path.
Boxing was setting you up.
Yep, that's what I feel 100%. And so with the PA stuff, it's still on the roller coaster. Like, oh, I'm balling. Oh, now where to work at? Oh, now I'm balling. Oh, where to work at? And then so like right now my career is doing well. We just started off the year with another job, and I was down for a while. And I, God put me in the right position. I actually went to work with a friend, Rishi. Shout out to Rishi, man. Love you much, my brother. He helped me get some work. We got to work. The lady I met there is from Cleveland, Ohio. I saw her. I said, I know you already. We was on the Kevin Hart set together. She said, oh, that's you? Got to talking to the next dude. He's like, yo, man, I'm spiritual. I believe in God. I got to talk to the next person. Oh, yeah, God. So now it's becoming to a full circle where I can walk places and not
you were set on a specific path and journey.
Yep.
And I don't know if you realized it yet, probably, but I feel like us meeting was no coincidence.
No, that's divine appointment.
I really do feel that.
Yeah, divine meeting.
And then we meet a lot of people along the way as well. Some of them not good for us. Some of them not good for us, but some of them to teach us a valuable lesson in life.
Yeah.
And then we learn our lesson. Then along the way, God is able to line us up with the right people.
Right.
The people that we were fated to meet along the way. Right. But if we would have met each other a little earlier, it probably wasn't going to be the right time.
Yeah.
You get me? Yeah. I probably would have still been immature in my state of mind if I would have met you anytime earlier. Not be able to understand your path, why we met, and everything like that in our journey. Situations.
I was good at blending. That was what I feel like God was teaching me by letting me be in the streets, and then also still being this type of person. Because like when it all came down, people came to me to get guidance and stuff like that, no matter what.
Right.
But what I learned from it was I get along with everybody too well. I shouldn't get along with everybody. I thought that was my calling per se, or my gift. No, I know God, but I can go to the hood. Like I could be nice, but I could whoop your butt. Like we could talk nice, or I could battle rap you. You know what I mean? Like I embarrass you. Like and then I learned like, no, where do you really belong, and how are you really? And I'm still working on that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm still in a lot of places, and I ask God, is this where you want me? But for the most part, I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Got you.
I found that, even though I got baptized, I went back to living the same life, you know what I mean, which caused me to get in a lot of situations that weren't going to be healthy for me, such as sex, drugs, alcohol, having kids out of wedlock, bring you to a position where, when you're not seeing your kids, there are people that have mental breakdowns from that, and I really had it. I got to a point where I had alcoholism. Like people were like, how do you get through something like that? You seem like a strong dude. Like I was trying to kill the pain of not seeing my daughter.
Right.
I was trying to kill the pain of not seeing my son. Trying to kill the pain of feeling like I wasn't a good mate to the person that I was with at that time.
Does that allow you now to see through people's problems?
Oh yeah, but I've always been good at that. But now it's not seeing through it. That's why I try now not to ask myself what do they feel like, because I used to ask myself like, how could a person drink that much, or how could a person smoke, or how could a person, and all those questions got answered
through yourself.
Through myself.
Wow.
Every judgment I passed that was detrimental, like I would never be like that, seems like where I ended up. And then for the people who say, oh, I'll never be like that, and they don't feel like they ended up like that, if you're still saying that to yourself, you're like that somewhere. You just don't see it yet.
You just don't see it yet. Wow. Somewhere that's so deep, that's so important, and then if there's any do you want to fix your headset so it's not do you have a more comfortable way?
I looked into the wrong camera though.
You probably could like squeeze it down a little bit so it could
I can hear it. Does it look goofy?
No, it's because like you lean it to the side and you look like this from the camera.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just so you can be comfortable. I don't know if it was falling off and
you told me not to use this camera, but now I got to. No, I was just trying to be comfortable though.
Okay, got you. Okay, and then and what would be the best advice you could give to somebody right now that's like probably going through something that you're going through, like the things that you've overcame along the way, with like the alcohol and everything like that.
That was another note. I thought we would get to this on the exit, but this would be the perfect, because like there are a lot of people who believe in God, but they're going through this stuff, so they question God. Like one thing I didn't do was didn't stop praying, and one thing I didn't do was blame God. I constantly convicted myself. Now I'm not saying that's healthier, but it's better than saying, Jesus, what is wrong with you? Like or God, whatever God you pray to. But if you don't step out there and start looking at yourself, then you're not gonna really see. So one of the scriptures that I do use, that I use now to keep overcoming, is Romans 8:39, and it actually says, "For I'm convinced that neither present or future, neither life or death, neither angels or demons, never principalities, no height or depth or anything is gonna keep us from the love of God." And so for me, that it just tells me like, I know you think he don't love you right now. He do. I know you think you're an unlovable person right now. You're lovable. I know you probably think you're a horrible person. You have horrible things that you do, but you're not. Yeah. I know you probably think, oh man, I left my kid or my daughter is being held from me, because those people that go through that too. God got them. Like, don't believe the lie. Yeah. My brother told me that, and that was one of the best things that he's told me this year, was he said, don't believe the lie. And now when I start thinking about, anything, because it's not really.
And that's the lie that we tell ourselves.
Yes, the lie that you tell yourself. Like, I need this in order to get through this moment. Or I need that to deal with this moment. Or if I don't do this right now, such as cussing somebody out, retaliating, or being vengeful, I'm gonna no, you won't be no less of a person.
Yeah. So when I tell myself I need to leave this woman alone to have the career that I really want, and to be in a position that I really need to be in because she's a distraction, is that the bad thing that I'm doing to myself?
That is an excellent question. And the only way to really deal with these things is you got to understand this. What is the truth about the situation? Because in order for you to not to believe a lie, you got to know the truth. And that's why it says the truth will set you free in the Bible. So you can not believe a lie all you want, but now it's like, okay, do you know the truth? And if you don't know the truth,
what if the truth is like, you're really unhappy in this position. It's not benefiting you in your like feeding your soul happiness, your energy, your everything like that. So deep in your heart, you need to get out the situation. Not only is it going to benefit your career, maybe you could stay more focused or everything like that, but it's going to benefit your happiness and the energy that you want within yourself, and the path that you really want to take within life. Like, you change me out, like me, you you get what I'm trying to say. Like it is gonna benefit you in more places than one, but is it gonna help the current situation that you're in? Like, you have a family, you have a great house, you have you're working together, but that's all that you're really doing with each other. So and so the answer is there. Like, the answer is there, but it's still contradicting to like everything. I think I just lost. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to answer it for yourself?
I want you to answer it because I'm gonna lose myself even more.
I need for people to do when they listen to people is realize that nobody really has the answer but God.
Yeah.
Okay, because at the ends, he sees the ropes and the ropes. Like your career might take off more for stand, but at the end of the day, if you ask a person and you invite them in consciously, knowing that you want something for them, you could take it with a grain of salt. Because if I don't go in my Bible and give you a scripture, I just gave you some human words.
Yeah,
that's only gonna be. That's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot. You know what I mean? But honestly, from a person that was in a situation that didn't work out from him, that is separated from his kids, that is trying to be in their lives, but not being able to, whether that be my fault or that person's fault, I don't feel like the best thing was me leaving. I felt like the best thing was me getting more connected to God. And I felt like that maybe if I've done some of the same things that I'm doing with God now, maybe that situation would have worked out better instead of me trying to blame that person so much. But in the same, God allowed that separation. Yeah. God allowed for me to go through what I got through to be able to give you the message that I'm giving you in reply. So for me, 9 times out of 10, when I'm gonna tell you if it's not a life or death situation, and you do like maybe let's say you do have kids. Back in the day, they used to stay together for the sake of the kids. Okay, that is a real thing. Because if you chose to do something out of wedlock, you are just as much married to that person as you're not married to that person. And that's I think the trick that the enemy tries to paint in when he's separating families. He's like, well, you didn't follow this rule, so why would you follow this rule? You can do what you want to do or not want to do. And if you're talking about a career over a family,
you tell yourself that too. Like, well, I didn't get married before. I did this anyway.
This ain't the first time I had it's just this time it's this. Like, so it's like for me, your career should never be more important than your relationship with God. And that's what I found. And maybe if you fix yourself, that person might fix themselves. But if you find yourself really leaning on God or trying to make a godly decision and you see that person not moving in that direction and y'all ain't married, you maybe have to move on. But if that's your wife and y'all already married, y'all supposed to ride this mug till the wheels fall off. God is not for divorce. But I ain't saying that God didn't he got scriptures in the Bible. If you don't read your own Bible, you won't know where he gave them divorce papers. And they said, hold on, let me tell you. And he said, and they try to get him to contradict. He's like, well, if God's not for divorce, why did y'all give us these papers? And I'm not about to give you scriptures. I'm not the pastor or the minister. I just know what I read. And you can go on your phone and say the story and it'll pop right up for you. But he said, I gave y'all those papers because I knew y'all heart. So for everybody that say there was no divorce in the paper in the Bible,
that's so deep.
The woman he told I forget who it was, but he said don't look back when they was leaving Sodom and Gomorrah. That was his wife holding his hand that looked back and turned into salt. To me, that's a divorce.
Pretty much.
He separated you. You didn't even get to choose to say, look, I don't want this divorce. Y'all separated. She looked back. Man, at the twerkers.
That's so deep. So now and then when we go into the Bible, because a lot of people, they don't believe in it. They don't believe the scripture. They don't believe in the Bible.
Right.
They believe that it's just fairy tale stories.
Right.
How do somebody like you who knows the Bible and who preaches like so good the way you know and give great advice the way you do?
Right.
How do you explain to people, non-believers, that the Bible is a real thing and even if they don't believe in it, there's so much reason why they should?
Simplicity for me is through action. So one, you show them through your action. So like if they mean, you be nice. Like there's a lady, I asked her where the bathroom was. She looked at me so evil and was like, it's over here. And I was like, okay. So I turned around with my son to head the opposite direction. She was still talking. I was going to keep walking. But she was trying to give me the code to the bathroom. I was going to listen to the code while I was walking away and let her finish. And she reiterated 0, 0 as in to let me know to turn around. So when I turned around, she gave me the rest of the code. I went to the bathroom. I came back and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, yeah, she jacked up. And then boom, I heard it. It said, when you see this lady, you tell her thank you. Somebody is taking that attitude she had right now and letting it ruin their day.
Their life,
and somebody's feeding her that action. So when I walked by past her and I saw her again, I said, "Thank you so much for helping us find that bathroom." And she said, "You okay, honey?" And before I left the store, my son was crying. She said, "He over there wait." Her whole attitude changed. So it's through the action first.
Yeah. Okay.
Then secondly, if you ain't read it, you ain't to tell nobody. That's like telling somebody about a movie you never saw.
Yeah. Okay.
And then thirdly, it's not for everybody. Stop listening with everybody not going to heaven. If you wanted to, it's not for everybody. Stop trying to force everything on everybody.
Wow.
You want to play your favorite rapper, cool. But the same way somebody don't like your rappers, the same way somebody don't like your Bible. So it's like it's too easy to explain these things. But the Bible saying there to strive as hard as you can. Paul said it to get along with everybody. That means the person y'all judging, they talk about Puffy, no Diddy, this, man, you better pray for my dude.
Yeah.
Because when you're standing in judgment line, guess who's Diddy then? You. Everybody Diddy that time. Yeah. And the logic of what y'all saying. Yeah. He gonna bring up all your little stuff and everything you was trying to hide. So it's like when I taught people see the God in me, I don't have to prove God to them. And at the end of the day, like, it's not for everybody. Stop trying to make everybody like, and then they know you don't got it, and you like. That's the ministers I watch, like they're so great, but I'm like, there's one I really like, and I'm gonna say his name, Stephen Darby. He's one I would recommend to anybody, and then Tony Evans, you know what I mean. And then I watch a guy from Saddleback too. I don't remember his name right now, but Stephen Darby, he will tell you why he's up there ministering. He said, "I was out here selling drugs. I was out here fornicating. Like, we want to see y'all tell the truth and how you overcome. We don't want to keep hearing y'all coming out here like, if you do this and if you do that, and I'm like, okay, well, as angry as you are on this stage, you must be like that at home to your wife.
Right. And it's so crazy because, like we mentioned earlier, like, I feel like to walk this path, especially the path of God, you're not supposed to be perfect at all. Look at his greatest warriors in the Bible, King David, all these guys. You
That's
know?
One of the lies
they were
right there.
not perfect men.
That was one of the lies right there. I was like, I'm not doing this because I can't be perfect.
So what about people who knows this in the Bible but still try to force perfection onto people? Come to church every day and you're gonna go to hell if you do this. You're gonna go to hell if you do that.
They the same people that got something that God ain't released them from, and they can't figure out why. It's always a reason why you in bondage anywhere. And if you feel like you completely out of bondage, why are you sitting in a room by yourself not helping somebody? Right.
And how do you feel about, like, pastors nowadays? For example, pastors like TD Jakes and stuff like that. I know you hear the rumors, stuff like that.
I don't.
What do you feel about his messages?
See, I've always had what they call discernment, so I never liked to listen to TD Jakes. I never ever have typed in my phone TD Jakes. Have I ever said I've heard a message or something come out of his mouth that I liked? Yes. And that's the thing people don't realize. Like, a liar can still tell you the truth.
Damn.
Like,
the devil was a good liar.
And he didn't lie completely. He told some truth in that. Like, they didn't die right then. It was still a lot of life that went on after that in the Bible before Adam and Eve passed. But at the end, there's a lie. And at the end of God, there's nothing but truth. So, like, I've always been the type of person to see and stuff, but I think the reason why I was able to see and stuff because I had already had some of them same flaws in me. They just weren't dominating flaws. You know what I mean? So, like, when you bring up TD Jakes, he's got great messages. I'm not here to condemn the man, but he's not for me to listen to. I listen to Tony Evans. Tony Evans is... I went to a point where I said none of these pastors on these churches I'm going to are talking through about pornography addiction or talking about drug addiction or talking about alcohol addiction or domestic violence or leaving your kids. None of these people are talking about it. So I started going on my cell phone using it more as a Bible instead of a vice. And I found what I was looking for because God gave us this technology still too. You know what I mean? So I started typing in what to do when you having problems with this sin. And I started listening to it on repeat and then going and reading my whole Bible, which I finished the whole Bible last year, which feels better than any belt or medal I could ever wear. And through that, you will be able to see better who you should listen to and who you shouldn't listen to. But at the end of the day, it's like Stephen Darby said. He said, man, some of y'all haters, y'all need to listen to y'all haters. They not just haters, they telling you the truth. You just call everybody a hater. So it's like,
true.
you know.
So true.
Pray for these people if you say you're a praying person, or don't talk about them. If you say you don't believe in God, you still believe in being a good person. It said in the Bible, if you don't believe in Christ, you still gonna get judged by your own stuff. So it's basically like what you said you won't do, but you still went ahead and did it.
Right.
That's what you get judged by.
Why do you think people don't want to believe in a higher power? Why do you feel
self-centered
like that?
selfishness? Because it's too easy. But they want to take all the glory to themselves, but they don't want to accept that, okay, now that you called yourself God, why don't you fix everything? You God. They say, oh, I'm God. You are God, Kenny. People have said that to me a million times. If I was God, I'd have healed hunger right now. I make sure no kid ever gets molested again. I have no control over that. I have all the heart to do it. But none of the power. I can stop a situation. I can help a situation. But like I said, I'm just a Band-Aid. So it's like you want to call yourself God and you want to say you are a God, or you don't believe in God. You're an atheist. You don't believe in nothing. You know what I mean? Well, if you don't believe in nothing, go somewhere and just don't move.
Don't move.
See what happens if you don't
breathe.
Eat. Don't breathe. Don't do nothing. Oh, you can't stop the breathing. Why? Why you can't stop your own self from breathing? Now you like, okay, well, I killed myself. Well, if you did that, who was in control then? Because somebody made the rope that you got, or somebody made the alcohol that you drank, or somebody built that cliff. You still had help. Everything that's built on this planet came through some type of help.
And what you said was so important is that they don't want to take responsibility. You know, they don't want to, you know, because they don't have that type of power to really change. So, and then when it comes to people who don't believe and they just feel like when we die, we're just gonna, you know, do you feel like that's an excuse for them to live life however they feel like living?
I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's their God-given right. That's why it's called free will.
People, so you feel like they don't, it's not an excuse, they just
some people use it as an excuse, but I would say predominantly they've made a conscious decision that most people of God won't make, which is to live it out. They made a conscious, they said this ain't what I'm doing, and they gonna roll the opposite way. That's why he said I'm gonna spit you out because you lukewarm, because you keep saying you serve me, but then you act like them, like it's cool. And I've been lukewarm for a long time. I'm probably still lukewarm because of the way that people say I could be, but I don't know where he taking me. I've answered that to myself.
Who are we to even try to play perfection anyways? You know, especially when you have faith in God and you understand that God designed you and your path perfectly for his desire. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, and I was like this for a while, I'm like, oh, if I do this, I just got to keep doing this, I'm gonna become successful, I'm gonna do this one, I'm gonna do, until I start realizing like, damn, like it's not about me doing things wrong or not being able to do things that other people is doing. It's just that I feel like God wasn't ready for me to take that path that I had myself on. You know, I wanted to be a celebrity. I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a famous musician one day. God turned it around and made me see everything for what it was, and now I'm a music manager. When I was a music artist. Now I'm able to take an artist and put them into better position because I already know what they need. I know that they need music, they need promotion, they need videos, they need this, they need, and I gave them the whole package. You know, and I'm able to do that. But God set me up for that position when I thought the whole time I was supposed to be the the package. God set me up to give somebody else the package.
That's where I'm at right now.
And that's so important in life because we keep going and we keep living thinking like we're really paving our own path, but like that path that we're paving for ourselves is just to set us, it's a design. I feel like that's just set up for something else.
Straight up. Like I agree.
So that's so important, man, because for a long time I felt I be telling myself like, damn, man, you should have been famous a long time ago. You should have been a famous music artist. You should have, but I just feel like there's so much more that I had to learn, so much more people that I had to meet, so much more advice that I had to take, so much more clarity that I needed in life.
Very intelligent, very intelligent, bro. You won't stop impressing me. Like, you need to take the name. I'll take the podcast for a second. You go rap and talk to people. Like, very intelligent, man. My father had a very good way of always learning. Like, he knew who to be around. That was what my dad was good about. Like, my dad is still good about that. Very great man.
Yeah, and I think
he has the same name as me, so it's like if I say his name, it's like repeating my name again. You know what I mean?
You know, and that's so important. Why do you feel like people pass down their name into generations? I mean, we probably already have the answer for this.
There's a third of me. I didn't want to pass it.
Yeah.
The mother of my kids decided to put that name down again. I was like, nah, look. There's my dad already and me. We don't need no more of us. That's the way I feel.
Do you feel like it really get passed down though? Like a piece of your dad was passed down to you,
of course.
And
I
then
was
a piece
trying
of
hard
you was
not to
passed
be
down
like
to
my
you.
father, and still ended up one day looking up crying. Like, yeah, I'm exactly like
just like my daddy.
Just like my daddy.
You know, speaking of our fathers, you know, I feel like I became the man that I am today without my father. And I've never really spoke about this before, but in reality, I feel like I turned out to be, and not saying that I'm perfect because I'm not perfect, and we established that earlier.
Of course.
I had a daughter, my only child, even though my daughter's mom do have other kids, you know, 3 boys. So my daughter have 3 brothers. But I became the man that I've always wanted to be with no real role models, you know, just the streets, just the guys that I was around, everything. I remember one time in elementary, and I never forget this day, right? One of my homies, we were talking about, I think it was Father's Day. And
sorry, bro, but I hear a joke, bro. Go ahead, talk, bro. My bad.
It was Father's Day, right?
Yeah.
And then we were going around like talking about our dad for some reason. I remember this day. He was 4th grade or 4th or 5th grade. Yeah. And we came to me, and I was like, teacher asked me like something about my father, and I was like, I don't have a dad. I don't have a dad. And the homie bust out laughing. He was like, ah!
Buster.
And I bust out crying.
He's a buster. He shouldn't have been laughing. Where I came from, they just socked him.
No. See, the thing is, where I came from, stuff like, you know, it was funny, you know.
Bro,
where I'm from, funny.
It was funny, and it was not funny at the same time.
It was funny, but because it was funny, right? But at that moment, to me, it was a real, like, I really meant what I said.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't have a dad.
It wasn't funny.
You know, I don't have a father.
He was trying to be a jerk. He probably did that a lot.
No. He was not. I promise you, because I still know this guy to this day. Like, he was really my friend. Okay. Yeah. But teacher was like, "Look what you did. You made your friend cry. Go get him a napkin." He went and got me a napkin. Right. That day, I would never forget that day because I told myself I would never do no shit like that. Excuse my language.
Yeah, you good.
I would never do nothing like that again.
Yeah.
And that day though, I felt something like, damn. I really meant what I said, and when it was funny, you know, to somebody, and I realized in that moment, damn, that was a real situation for me. Yeah. Like, I really felt like I really didn't have a dad. Yeah. And he was right around the corner, saw me whenever he felt like it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And was in and out my life whenever he felt like it. Yeah. I felt like, that's not a man. Yeah. That ain't no man. And I grew up to be the man that I am today because I never had no real role models like that. And especially the man that should have been a real role model like that. Yeah. Got my car on my own, got my house on my own, and my success literally on my own. But yeah, man, you know, I had a tough little crowd when I was younger.
I know, bro.
But yeah, man, you know, great episode so far. Great segment. Love everything we've been talking about. Thanks again for the gift, man. I definitely 100% appreciate it. You know, I'm super grateful. Other than that, man, we haven't even got to your music. You know, your music. So
yeah.
So you have a couple videos out right now, right?
How many videos?
A couple.
My testimony by Young Preach, and then what I do by Young Preach.
What I do. Okay, so the one that we're gonna get ready to watch and show you guys is What I Do. Yeah. I thought that one's pretty dope as well, you know. Yeah. But check this out, man. If you guys haven't, go ahead on YouTube, Young Preach, What I Do. You know, this is a great one right here. You know, I personally love this one. This is just a piece of it, you know. So.
Trees in December, we stayed cold through the winter. Thanksgiving, November, Thanksgiving forever. Thanksgiving, our treasure. We show Thanksgiving heavenly gathered. The Lord's pleasure, peaceful measures.
All right. So that was just a snippet, right? That was just a cut.
Yes, sir.
But that message, that was so great, you know, like, and then when I watched this video, I was like, man, he's not just a regular gospel artist, you know. I'm like, no, he's a real artist, you know, gospel artist, like he's real dope, you know. So I was very impressed when I first saw it. Now tell us a little bit about this track. Tell us about what mindset were you in, what was you thinking about, what motivated it, and what really got this track right here started.
So this is when I was still in the other relationship.
Okay.
My daughter's mom, and I could always just see like how I wasn't fit to be with her and how I was fit to be with her at the same time. I could always see how I was fit to be a certain person to certain people, and then how I was unfit. And so actually the hook comes from, because a lot of people do this as artists. We'll take a comedian's joke, or we'll take something we heard somewhere and we turn that into a whole song. So at that point, Kevin Hart was out really big, and he was talking about his dad. And I don't know if you remember, he was like, his dad was like, "What I do? I put that key in that door and I locked it." But he never like really said what he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, that's catchy. Let me turn that into a song." So what I do went to my head, and then what I do was like, "Oh, okay, what I do." And then my friend Scott, the great DJ Scott Carney, Cleveland, Ohio zone too, man. Shout out to him, man. I hope he gets on to where we can get him paid for this great stuff. I'm working on it right now myself, but I want him to get his residuals, his royalties too. But he makes the beats that speak to my soul, and my spirit hits him. You know what I mean? So the whole first verse is actually just me talking about things I think I do right, but it's metaphorically speaking, because I'm a lyricist, and a lot of people don't like lyricists. They want to just hear some easy stuff, but I got plenty of stuff you can hear easy. My testimony, God sent to represent that statement. It's too easy to hear those words, but when you hear this, what I do is like, I had to write this song for you. Yes, you helped me get through. It's your little nephew blessing you like I chew. That's my auntie sitting next to me. I actually wrote that about her because I was thinking about her, and I thought about everybody I can think that I was treating positive. And then when I get to the second verse, you actually hear me switch the hook from what I do right to what I do wrong. And then you hear me say, blasphemy, don't blaspheme me. Telling what I do wrong. Put casualties on Calvary like I got God in my palm. He got the whole world in his hands, but I chose fornication, and the porn still chasing the AAA. Here we go again. The triple A because I'm broken down. Yeah, your broken is down because I'm Kenny. Broken down.
Wow.
And I've been sipping on that brown like I should wear a crown. So like the whole second verse is just about everything that I was being attacked by, that I was still doing. Strong like Jaeger, the devil might shit. Don't sleep with her before you wife her. Just like Richard really should have thought prior. If I crack, I set this whole house on fire. And if y'all don't know, Richard was smoking once, and he set his house on fire from doing that, you know.
Wow.
Best verse in line, and there's wish my flesh wasn't so lazy, I was too busy being crazy. That's all the Bone Thugs members. You know what I mean? Because I was inspired by people like them. They wrote about God, even though they wrote a lot of sacrilegious songs. I mean, they had songs about witchcraft, Ouija boards, all that. But what I was being shown through that is you could talk about me through this. So
wow,
that's what the premise of the song was.
That's amazing. And then just the way you broke it down for those who didn't understand, and obviously I didn't even understand the full thing, but I was hearing the message in there, and I was hearing the lyrics, and I was like, I heard the metaphors, you know. I was like, and that's why I was just like, you're not a regular guy. I'm like,
nobody's talking about this
artist. I'm like, what?
I might hear a gospel rapper say I used to smoke or I used to drink, but they never go into depth. They never say. It's always like, oh, I got it now.
Yeah, like you're amazing, man. And like you said earlier, I'm just more impressed, you know. I'm just more, you know, as we sit down and speak, you know. So I'm just so grateful for you to come along this podcast today, you know. Who inspire you out there right now, or do you just like?
It's always my mother.
Yeah,
Janetta Alvis Watson. Like that's what she does. That's she was the one when I was boxing and didn't like it. She didn't make me quit. She didn't allow me to.
Yeah.
But she was the one I heard in my ear, come on, Kenny, come on, come on. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, she yelling, and I know she hate this, so I got to do it now.
So you got to do it.
And like, you know, when it came to the music, I said this on another podcast that I did. she heard my secular album. I left it out on purpose to see if she would pop it in because I knew she knew my rap name. And she put it in. I came home from my job after being baptized, moving to Macon, Georgia, crying for the first time in church. They played "Never Would Have Made It." The boys like. Shout out to my stepdad Larry Watson, man. He's an inspiration too, very much so. Makes me believe in myself. But she heard that music and she was like, "Kenny, you should put this out." And I was like, "Nah, that sounds like the enemy to me." And that's what I was thinking in my head because I was like, "This is cussing, alcohol, pill, music, fornication." Like I had it already and a couple songs for Jesus in the mix. And I was like, "Nah, she liked this though." I was like, "So I shouldn't quit music." And I was like, I don't gotta really change my name. I was like, I just need to really just write about God. And I got on a plane to go see my brother because I was down there and I was still struggling with those same things. And I didn't want to be in my mom's house participating. And I was like, my brother need my help. I was like, Jesus, what do you want me to do? And that was the only time, other than that time I told you I heard preach, that I heard God speak to me. He said, go to your brother. And I got on the flight, and while I was on the flight flying to him, I wrote my testimony. So the fastest I ever wrote a verse or a hook in my life. Shout out to Scott Carney again, my boy DJ Hot Scott. Wow, he's inspiration, bro.
Wow. And then what we just heard was What I Do Right. But my testimony. That's the other one.
Yep, he made both those beats though. That's the same producer,
that's
bro.
That's dope, man. That's so dope.
My best friend, man.
And then you said you were going to your brother. What brother were you going to?
Shawn.
Okay.
So I have an older brother.
Yeah. So
shout out to my brother Marcus Davis. I hope you don't mind me saying your name, man. But I love you very much, man.
Shout out to them, and I'm pretty sure the world want to know.
Actually, you know what? My brother Marcus is the one that kind of got me rapping. Because we used to sing in the boys' choir. We both made the choir. Shawn did.
Okay.
So we made the choir. Well, he used to rap the Bone Thugs lyrics back in the day, and I'm like, how does he know how to? I'm like, you don't even know what they're saying, but he clearly knew what they were saying.
Clearly,
so we used to do Thug Devotion. I don't know if you ever heard that song, but Crazy Bone rap, and I would do the female part, Thug Devotion, because I just like the singing part. And then after that, I was like, he gave me my first album, which was Jay-Z Volume 3. And after I heard that, I was like, okay, now I like rap music. Okay. That was the one. So I hope he's okay. But, I mean, everybody like, well, he did this wrong. He did that wrong. They don't know all your dirt. I want to know this perfect life you live. Right. Somewhere you took advantage of somebody younger than you. I can attest to that. It doesn't mean you have to do it sexually. Whether that be you just beat up somebody younger than you, or you was talking to somebody's daughter who was not quite of age, or like you can easily be in them same line, but you gonna say no, it's legal because it was you.
Yeah.
You don't want to think about it that way. But when God come, he ain't about to play the favorites. He ain't about to play the line. He gonna like
your judgment is your judgment. 100%.
Like don't nobody want to hear it.
Right, 100%. And then so shout out to your brothers, man. Shout out to your brothers. And what is your relationship like with your brothers now?
So I talk to Shawn weekly. Marcus, I don't talk to as much, but I mean, it'll get better, right? That's the way I look at things. There's no hate towards him. We grew up brothers, so there's always been some type of feud a little bit. But
of course.
Me and Shawn were able to overcome a lot stronger, and Marcus, we have different fathers, so I think that kind of plays a role in it. And just I don't know. There's certain people I'm still waiting on.
100%. You never know because honestly, I feel like some people they have their own agenda with how they feel about certain stuff. Because I could say the same things. Like me and my brothers and sisters, we're not close. We're not close at all. We just seen each other for Christmas, which was great. We drove down there for the day and came back up. And it was great, it was great. Like everybody that was down there, you could feel that the love, you could feel it, and you could feel like when we were leaving, like then we about to be torn apart again. Yeah. But at the same time, nobody reached out to each other, nobody talked to each other. We never had that brotherly bond growing up. Like, do you know the Tate brothers? Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
We never had that.
I thought, hey, bro, I was way off. I thought you were talking about Lorenz Tate and his brother. You know Lorenz Tate?
Oh, no.
You don't know Nato? You don't know Nato? All right, then. Well, I don't know Nato. You don't know Nate.
Talking about Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate.
You got to look up Lorenz Tate. So you know Lorenz Tate, right?
Nah, I don't know.
Love Jones. Remember that movie back back in the day? Love Jones.
I don't know
man, what else
I don't
could
know that
Lorenz?
tape. I know the other
You
tape.
need to look up Lorenz. Lorenz was the dude in the 90s.
I know the
okay,
bad
but
tape.
you probably know the other brother. His brother was in Don't Be a Menace to South Central while you're drinking. He was playing Shawn Dwayne's brother's father. Remember, his father was younger than him in the movie.
Yeah.
That's a Tate brother.
That's a Tate
I forget
brother.
his other brother's name. But them is two brothers, bro.
Those brothers, yeah.
You gotta go look up Lorenz,
Yeah,
man.
okay.
Love Jones.
I've heard of Love Jones, but
That was oh man, well, this is throwback. I'm not even about to start digging up names.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is, well, if you knew,
I know the Tate brothers too, though.
Like that type of bond where they're unbreakable bond.
Yeah.
You know, brothers should be. You know, we don't have that at all. I feel like along the way we found that with our close friends, close homies, like people we grew up with, that we felt like even that we're not blood tight, like we're brothers because like the moments we share with each other, the path that we took with each other, the bond that we have with each other, you know, and that's how me and my siblings are growing up, you know. So if we can, I wish we can change that, but I just know it's just different. It comes with a lot because different mindset and different functionality within people's self and like their surroundings, you know. I tell
people it's like I told, who was I talking to? My cousin. And I'm not really that close to her, but we're close now because of social media. But like I told her when I was texting her, I said, instead of getting on that app, when you hit your thumb, hit that number, and that'll change it. It's that simple, but it's a choice. Like, so I started hitting my brother up on different apps and different stuff and checking on him more and telling him I love him more. Somebody got to start.
100%. And you know,
and I can't see them not kicking it with you, like, because me and Shawn get around, they like, we love seeing y'all, because we like, okay, if we didn't have it right as kids, we grown now. We can do whatever we want.
Right. We can
kick it however we want. We
sure.
can talk however we want.
For sure, 100%.
Man, he saw me the other day. He sat down with me and my wife was talking for 4 hours. Look, y'all been talking for 2 hours, and you got this, and I hit him back a little bit, a little jab. I wasn't trying to hurt him, but after he got done, I had to go and sit down because he said, yo, God's mercies are new every day. And I hear you keep talking about old stuff, Kenny. It's like, hey. My guy gave me a brother like what he gave me. Showtime Shawn Porter comes through with an uppercut, but I ain't go down. I was right there with the Ali. Like, okay, maybe your wife want to say the same thing to you.
Boom, metaphor.
I asked him though. I apologized the next morning because I was like, yo, if I hurt you, my bad. And he said, you 100% didn't. And he didn't say it like he was blowing it off. And he didn't say it like he said it like I got you.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta open up a line of truth.
Yeah. I hear you 100%, man. And I don't want to keep you too long, man. If there's anything that we missed today, anything that you want to, last minute thing that you want to say to the world, but first of all, phenomenal episode, great energy, great vibes. I appreciate it 100%, man. I want to go a little longer, but I do have, you know.
Oh yeah, you're a busy dude.
Yeah.
You don't get suits like that being broke.
Come on, stop it. This is like $50,
bro. 60.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Made it look like a car about a Jeep.
You know what I'm saying? I know we up here looking like $1 million. That's because one day we will, you know, 100%. And I believe that. But thank you so much, man. If there's anything else that you want to tell the people out there, your fans, the world, whatever.
Friends and family, love y'all very much. Mother, father, wouldn't be here without y'all. Thank God for my brother. Actually, you know what? I'll end with a prayer. Lord Jesus, I just thank you for this day. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for continuing to be in our life. Help those who need the help and want the help. And for the ones that feel comfortable as they are, as you're already doing, let them be. They will enjoy their time here. But for the ones that want to go into a higher place, we just ask that you help them strive to be better people. Don't forget to put a laugh out in this world because you made that for us. And also, Lord, I just ask that you help the ones who are struggling and want to pull through but don't know who to talk to. Send them to me, Jesus. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen. And there you have it, man. Made revenue on your podcast. Another beautiful episode. And I hope y'all make it to the end of this one because it was great, phenomenal, great energy, great vibes. And hey, there's a message in here for every single one of you. So make it to the end. Catch you guys next episode. Made revenue on your podcast. I'm your host, Akeem J. Wright, AJ the Great. And we're out of here. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Was the rock theme song? Yeah. I knew, bro. I was just doing that yesterday.
promise you help me get through. It's your little nephew, blessing you like